Greece, renowned for its stunning landscapes and history that dates back to antiquity, is much more than just the cradle of Western civilization. Imagine a country where you can stroll through quaint streets, knowing you're literally walking on top of a dormant volcano. Yes, Greece is home to a unique city that rests on a sleeping volcano, adding a touch of mystery and beauty to its already impressive list of destinations. But the curiosities about this country go far beyond its unique geography. Surprisingly, Greece ranks as one of the happiest countries in the European Union, boasting one of the continent's lowest suicide rates. Despite facing economic crises and social challenges in recent years, the Greeks maintain a resilient spirit and a joy of living that inspires the world. The quality of life and a strong connection to their traditions, culture, and, of course, their cuisine contribute to this enviable happiness index. And it doesn't stop there. Greeks are also known for their passion and vitality, both in everyday life and in relationships. According to global surveys, Greece tops the list of countries with the most frequent sexual activity, a fact that may be linked to the relaxed lifestyle and Mediterranean climate that invite the celebration of life in all its forms. In this video, we'll explore Greece from a different perspective, revealing the curiosities and secrets that make this country one of the most fascinating in the world. Greece is a country of striking geographical contrasts, combining rugged mountains, fertile valleys, and an endless coastline. Located in southeastern Europe on the Balkan Peninsula, it covers an area of about 131,957 square kilometers. With over 6,000 islands and islets scattered across the Aegean and Ionian Seas, Greece boasts the longest coastline in Europe, totaling about 13,676 kilometers. Although only 227 of these islands are inhabited, each one offers its unique charm and characteristics. One of the most fascinating geographical features is Santorini, an iconic island and a true geological gem. This island is actually the caldera of a dormant volcano that experienced one of the largest eruptions in history around 1600 BC. The explosion shaped Santorini's current form, with steep cliffs descending directly into the sea, creating a landscape that blends beauty and mystery. Today, Santorini stands as a reminder of nature's power, where visitors can literally walk on a volcano that still shows moderate activity and is one of the most monitored sites in the world. Greece is blessed with one of the most pleasant climates on the planet. Known as one of the sunniest countries in the world, it basks in over 250 days of sunshine per year, amounting to approximately 3,000 hours of sunlight annually. Some islands even see nearly 300 days of sunshine throughout the year, making Greece an ideal tourist destination almost all year round. With hot, dry summers, temperatures in coastal regions and islands can easily exceed 30 degrees Celsius, creating the perfect setting to enjoy the idyllic beaches and the Aegean Sea. In winter, temperatures are mild, especially in coastal areas, while in mountainous regions, the weather can become more severe, with snow covering the peaks. Speaking of mountains, Greece is surprisingly one of the most mountainous countries in Europe, with about 80% of its territory covered by mountains. The main mountain ranges include the Pindus Range, which runs through the country from north to south, and the Taurus Range. These mountains are not only natural barriers, but also create unique microclimates that influence life and agriculture in different regions. Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece at 2,917 meters, is renowned not only for its grandeur, but also for its role in Greek mythology as the home of the gods. Another fascinating aspect of Greek geography is its relationship with the ocean. No part of the country is more than 85 miles, 137 kilometers, away from the sea, which explains Greece's strong maritime tradition throughout the centuries. This proximity to the ocean was crucial for the development of ancient Greek civilizations, who became masters of navigation and maritime trade. Even today, coastal life is a central part of the country's culture and economy, with a highly developed shipping industry and a tourism sector that benefits from the numerous beaches and crystal-clear waters. Geopolitically, Greece occupies a strategic position in Europe, serving as a bridge between the West and the Middle East. With land borders with Albania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and Turkey, and maritime borders with Italy and other Mediterranean countries, Greece plays a significant role in the region's international relations. Historically, it was a crucial point for trade, culture, and conflict, and this geopolitical position continues to be relevant today. With a population of around 10.4 million people, the majority of Greece's inhabitants are concentrated in urban areas, especially in Athens, the capital. Athens, one of the oldest cities in the world, uniquely combines history and modernity. Meanwhile, many rural areas and islands maintain a more traditional lifestyle, where agriculture and fishing still play essential roles in the local economy. Greece, with its diverse landscape and rich geological history, is a country where nature, culture, and history are intricately intertwined. Whether walking through the streets of a city built on a dormant volcano, admiring the valleys and mountains, or diving into the blue waters of the Mediterranean, the beauty and geographical diversity make this country truly unique. The history of Greece is an epic that spans millennia, leaving an immeasurable legacy for Western civilization. It all begins with the earliest civilizations that flourished in the region, such as the Minoan civilization around 2000 BC on the island of Crete, considered the oldest in Europe. Following the Minoans, the Mycenaean civilization developed on the Greek mainland, known for its fortress cities like Mycenae and its role in mythology, such as the legend of the Trojan War. These peoples established the cultural and architectural foundations that would define Greece for centuries. During the period known as Ancient Greece, which stretches from about 800 BC to 146 BC, the world witnessed the rise of one of the most influential civilizations in history. City-states, or polis, such as Athens, Sparta, Corinth, and Thebes, became centers of culture, philosophy, politics, and art. Athens, in particular, is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, with a history that dates back at least 3,400 years, making it the oldest city in Europe. According to Greek mythology, Athens was named after a dispute between the goddess Athena and Poseidon, the god of the seas. Both wanted to be the city's patron and decided to offer gifts to the populace. Poseidon presented them with a spring of salt water, symbolizing maritime power, while Athena offered an olive tree, a symbol of peace and prosperity. The citizens chose Athena's gift, and thus the city was named in her honor. In Athens, one of humanity's most remarkable achievements occurred: the invention of democracy. In the 5th century BC, while kings, emperors, and tyrants ruled most of the world, the Athenians introduced a system of government that seemed radical at the time: a government by the people. In this original form of direct democracy, all male Athenian citizens had the right to participate in political decisions, vote in assemblies, and directly influence the administration of the city. This revolutionary idea forever changed the way we think about government and society. Although Athenian democracy was far from perfect, excluding women, slaves, and foreigners, it laid the foundations for modern democratic systems, becoming one of Greece's most enduring legacies. Ancient Greece is also recognized for giving the world the Olympic Games. About 3,000 years ago, the Olympics were held every 4 years in Olympia, in honor of Zeus, the king of the gods. The event brought together athletes from all over Greece to compete in sports such as running, wrestling, discus throwing, and the pentathlon. The Games were not just a sporting competition. They held profound religious and cultural significance, serving as a symbol of unity among the often conflicting city-states. Winners of the Games were celebrated as heroes, and the Olympics became the most popular sporting festival in ancient Greece. However, the Games were banned in AD 393 by the Roman Emperor Theodosius I, as part of his campaign to promote Christianity and eliminate pagan festivals. Nearly 15 centuries later, in 1896, the Olympics were revived and transformed into a global event, maintaining the essence of the sporting spirit and peaceful competition that originated in Greece. The golden age of ancient Greece was also marked by the flourishing of philosophy, art, theater, and sciences. Philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle laid the foundations of Western thought, exploring issues of ethics, politics, metaphysics, and logic that continue to be debated to this day. Artistic and literary production was equally impressive, with theatrical plays by authors such as Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides, and epic works like Homer's The Iliad and The Odyssey, which became landmarks in world literature. However, this era of splendor came to an end when Greece was conquered by the Roman Empire in 146 BC. Despite losing its political independence, Greece's cultural influence remained strong, shaping Roman culture. The Romans adopted and adapted elements of Greek art, architecture, religion, and philosophy, ensuring that the legacy of ancient Greece endured through the centuries. In a way, Rome became the heir to the Greek world, and through the Roman Empire, Greek culture was transmitted to the rest of the world. After the division of the Roman Empire, Greece became part of the Byzantine Empire, with Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul, as its epicenter. During Byzantine rule, Greek culture underwent a transformation, incorporating Christian elements and maintaining Greek as the official language of the empire. This period was marked by a cultural and religious renaissance, including the construction of magnificent churches and monasteries, many of which can still be seen in Greece today. In 1453, with the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks, Greece entered a long period of Ottoman rule that lasted nearly 4 centuries. During this time, Greek culture and religion were suppressed but not eradicated. The Greeks kept their identity, language, and traditions alive, often in secrecy. This spirit of resistance culminated in the Greek War of Independence, which began in 1821. The fight for freedom was marked by heroic battles and an unwavering desire for self-determination, eventually leading to Greece's independence in 1830, with the support of European powers such as Britain, France, and Russia. Modern Greek history has been marked by periods of instability, including Nazi occupation during World War II, a subsequent civil war, and a military dictatorship that lasted until 1974. It was after the fall of the dictatorship that Greece established itself as a parliamentary republic, joining the European Union in 1981 and initiating a period of stability and economic growth. Today, Greece is a country that uniquely blends the ancient with the modern. Walking through its cities, it's impossible not to feel the presence of its glorious past. From the ancient monuments of Athens to cultural traditions that persist to this day, Greek history continues to influence and inspire the world. This is a place where myths and reality merge, where every stone tells a story, and where the passion for freedom and knowledge is reflected in every aspect of life. When it comes to tourism, Greece is a true treasure trove of experiences. With its unique blend of ancient history, stunning natural landscapes, and a rich and vibrant culture, the country offers something for everyone. Millions of tourists from all over the world venture to this sunny land each year, and it's easy to see why. In fact, more than 17 million tourists visit Greece annually, nearly twice the country's population. It's one of the few places in the world where the number of visitors far exceeds the number of residents, reflecting its global appeal. Athens is the starting point for many, and the Greek capital never disappoints. The city is a veritable open-air museum, where the ancient and modern harmoniously meet. With a continuous history of over 3,400 years, Athens boasts more theaters than any other city in the world, totaling 148 theatrical stages. Since ancient times, theater has been a vital part of the local culture. Even today, classical and contemporary plays are performed in both historic and modern theaters, including the renowned theater of Dionysus at the foot of the Acropolis, where some of the most important works by Sophocles and Euripides were first staged. Athens is also home to the majestic Parthenon, a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena, which dominates the Acropolis landscape. This is one of Greece's 18 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, making it a true archaeological gem. Beyond the monuments, Athens hosts one of the world's largest concentrations of archaeological museums. The Acropolis Museum and the National Archaeological Museum house some of the most impressive collections of art and artifacts from antiquity, ranging from classical sculptures to treasures of prehistoric Greece. The number of archaeological museums in Greece exceeds that of any other country, reflecting the depth and richness of its cultural heritage. Beyond Athens, the Greek islands are a chapter of their own in the Book of Greek Tourism. Santorini is perhaps the most famous, known for its white houses with blue domes perched on the cliffs of the caldera, offering spectacular views of the Aegean Sea. The white houses are more than just an aesthetic choice. Due to the country's sunny climate, they are painted white to reflect the intense sun heat, keeping interiors cooler. Meanwhile, the colorful doors and windows have superstitious and traditional origins. In some regions, it's believed that painting doors blue or green brings protection and good luck, while in others, red is used as a symbol of happiness and prosperity. Santorini is the perfect spot for couples seeking a romantic getaway, with its breathtaking sunsets, picturesque vineyards, and volcanic sand beaches. If you're looking for a more tranquil retreat, Crete is an excellent choice. The largest island in Greece is a microcosm of everything the country has to offer: mountainous landscapes, crystal-clear beaches, traditional villages, and archaeological sites like the Palace of Knossos, which dates back to the Minoan civilization. Crete is also renowned for its rich culinary tradition. Speaking of food, an interesting tidbit is that while pizza is considered an Italian dish, it was the ancient Greeks who came up with the original idea. Long before the Italians perfected the recipe with tomato sauce and mozzarella, the ancient Greeks baked large flatbreads topped with olive oil, herbs, and spices. Although it was a primitive version and lacked the famous tomato sauce, it was still a kind of pizza that inspired the dish we know today. Another must-visit destination is Delphi, located on the slopes of Mount Parnassus. In ancient Greece, Delphi was considered the center of the world, where the Oracle of Delphi offered advice to rulers. Today, the ruins of the Temple of Apollo and the ancient theater still stand in a stunning mountainous setting, making it a place filled with mysticism and history. Delphi's inclusion among UNESCO World Heritage Sites underscores its historical and cultural significance, symbolizing the spirituality and knowledge of ancient Greece. For nature lovers, the country also offers incredible natural wonders. The Meteora, giant rock formations with monasteries perched on top, are a surreal spectacle. These monasteries, built by Orthodox monks in the 14th century, appear to float above the clouds, offering breathtaking views and a unique spiritual experience. Zakynthos and its Navajo beach, famous for its shipwreck and incredibly blue waters, is one of the most photographed beaches in the world. Greek cuisine is an attraction in its own right. Emphasizing fresh and simple ingredients, Greek cuisine is renowned for being both delicious and healthy. Dishes like gyros, souvlaki, moussaka, and horiatiki, the famous Greek salad, are just a few of the delights you'll find in any taverna across the country. And we can't forget about olive oil, which is the cornerstone of much Greek cooking, as well as local wines, particularly Retsina and those produced on the islands. Greece is also a destination for those looking to immerse themselves in culture. Traditional festivals, such as the Athens and Epidaurus Festival, celebrate theater, music, and dance at historic sites, keeping ancient traditions alive. Greek hospitality is known worldwide. Whether in a bustling city or a remote village, Greeks welcome visitors with warmth and generosity. For those planning a visit to Greece, a few tips are essential. The country is a safe destination, but it's always good to be mindful of your belongings, especially in busy tourist areas. During the summer, the heat can be intense, so staying hydrated and using sunscreen is important. The local currency is the euro, and on smaller islands, it's recommended to carry cash since credit cards may not always be accepted. Finally, when visiting archaeological sites and churches, respect local rules such as not touching the ruins and dressing appropriately. With its blend of ancient history, natural beauty, and vibrant culture, Greece offers an unforgettable experience to all who visit. Whether you're exploring millennia-old ruins, sailing through the islands, or simply enjoying a meal by the sea, this enchanting country invites you to lose yourself in its magic and discover the true meaning of the Greek word philoxenia, love for the stranger. And speaking of traveling, did you know there's a way to get cheaper flights to any destination in just 3 minutes? Cheaper than the flights you spend days searching for and comparing prices? There's a free website that explains how it works. To find out, just click on the link in the first pinned comment. After watching this video, hurry over to check it out. The Greek economy is a complex mix of traditional and modern sectors, marked by its rich historical heritage but also significant economic challenges. For many years, the country was known for an economy based on agriculture and tourism. However, the global financial crisis of 2008 and the subsequent sovereign debt crisis in Europe had a profound impact on the Greek economy, resulting in a prolonged recession, austerity, and drastic economic reforms. Despite these challenges, Greece has shown signs of recovery in recent years, partly thanks to sectors that continue to thrive. Tourism is one of the pillars of the Greek economy, contributing about 20% of the gross domestic product, GDP. The country attracts millions of visitors each year, thanks to its stunning landscapes, idyllic islands, and unique cultural heritage. One reason for the strong tourism sector in Greece is the relatively affordable cost compared to other European destinations. Accommodation, transportation, excursions, and food tend to be cheaper than in many Western European countries. This factor is partly due to the severe economic crisis that hit the country, leading to price devaluation to attract more tourists and stimulate the economy. Even in famous tourist destinations like Athens, Santorini, and Mykonos, it is possible to find options that fit different budgets, making Greece an attractive destination for travelers from around the world. Besides tourism, agriculture plays a significant role in the Greek economy. The country is known for the quality of its agricultural products, especially olive oil, wines, fruits, and vegetables. Olive production, in particular, is a tradition that dates back to ancient Greece. Today, Greece is the third largest producer of olives in the world, with an annual output of about 2.2 million tons. Only Spain and Italy surpass it. The olive is a symbol of Greek culture and is widely used in local cuisine, with olive oil being an essential ingredient in many traditional dishes. The quality of Greek olive oil is recognized worldwide, with several regions, like Kalamata, producing high-quality oils that are exported globally. Another important sector for the Greek economy is the shipping industry. Historically, Greeks have always been excellent sailors and maritime traders. Today, the country has one of the largest merchant fleets in the world, controlling a significant portion of global maritime trade. The Greek maritime tradition is a cornerstone of the country's economy, contributing significantly to its revenues. Greek shipowners play a crucial role in the global maritime transport economy, maintaining Greece's reputation as a nation of navigators. In terms of income, Greece has undergone significant changes over the past few decades. The economic crisis led to a sharp decline in wages and disposable income for the population. Currently, the average monthly income in Greece is approximately 1,100 euros, which is about 1,200 US dollars. Although this amount is lower than that of many Western European countries, it has shown signs of recovery in recent years, thanks to the stabilization of the economy and the resumption of economic growth. However, there is still a long way to go for the average income to reach pre-crisis levels. The cost of living in Greece varies considerably depending on the region. In large cities such as Athens and Thessaloniki, the monthly cost of food for one person ranges from 300 to 400 euros, approximately 330 to 440 US dollars. This includes spending on basic groceries and occasional meals at local restaurants. The relatively affordable cost of food and products is an advantage for both residents and tourists. For example, a coffee in a typical taverna might cost less than half what one would pay in other European cities. Meanwhile, renting a one-bedroom apartment in the center of Athens can cost about 400 to 600 euros per month, or about 440 to 660 US dollars. In peripheral areas or on smaller islands, prices can be significantly lower, both for food and housing, making Greece an economical option for those seeking quality of life at a more affordable price. The public healthcare system in Greece is widely accessible and free for Greek citizens and residents, though many also opt for private health insurance to access additional services or avoid long waiting times. Education is free and compulsory until the age of 15, and public universities offer tuition-free education, funded by the state. These social measures help to alleviate the cost of living for citizens, especially during economic hardships. Despite its resilient economy, Greece continues to face challenges. The debt crisis led to a high unemployment rate, especially among the youth, and forced many Greeks to emigrate in search of opportunities in other European Union countries. However, there is a growing determination to rebuild the economy in a more sustainable and diversified manner. The country has been investing in sectors such as renewable energy, information technology, and organic agriculture, aiming to modernize its economic base and reduce its dependence on sectors more vulnerable to external shocks. Greece has also benefited from financial support from the European Union and international organizations, which has helped stabilize the economy and implement structural reforms. However, the path to full recovery is complex and requires a balance between austerity, growth, and investments in key sectors that can drive long-term economic development. Despite the challenges faced in recent years, the Greek economy shows a remarkable capacity for adaptation and resilience. Its culture, marked by perseverance and a strong community spirit, continues to be a solid foundation for economic recovery. With its vast cultural heritage, agricultural tradition, and natural resources, Greece has the potential to build a more prosperous and sustainable economic future, remaining an attractive destination for both tourists and investors. Though Greece is often celebrated for its stunning landscapes and historical legacy, the country also faces a myriad of challenges and controversies that impact its present and future. One of the most significant events in recent Greek history was the economic crisis that struck in 2008, as previously mentioned, which reverberated across Europe and even globally. This crisis, often regarded as one of the most severe of the modern era, exposed deep vulnerabilities in the Greek economy and led to severe social consequences. The crisis originated from the global financial meltdown but was exacerbated by internal issues such as high public debt, widespread corruption, and tax evasion. For years, the Greek government accumulated substantial debts while maintaining budget deficits. When the global crisis struck, Greece found itself unable to pay its debts and was forced to seek financial bailouts from the European Union and the International Monetary Fund, IMF. These bailout packages came with stringent conditions, including severe austerity measures that deeply affected the lives of Greek citizens. The austerity measures, which included drastic cuts in public spending, tax increases, and structural reforms, had a devastating effect on the population. Unemployment soared, particularly among young people, reaching levels over 25%. Cuts in wages and pensions, coupled with rising living costs, plunged many families into poverty. Essential public services such as health and education suffered from a lack of resources, leading to a decline in the quality of life. Many Greeks, desperate for opportunities, chose to emigrate, resulting in a significant brain drain that left the country with a deficit of skilled professionals. To further complicate matters, Greece adopted one of the most controversial measures in its recent history, the potential for a 6-day workweek. This measure was proposed during the crisis as a way to increase productivity and meet the demands of international creditors. Applied mainly to businesses that operate 24/7, or those with very high workloads, this measure sparked outrage among workers, especially the younger ones. Many see the 6-day week as a violation of their labor rights and proof that efforts to save the economy were made at the expense of the workforce. Although justifiable in a crisis context, the measure highlighted the tension between economic demands and the quality of life of Greek workers, sparking protests and heated debates about working conditions and the need to balance productivity and well-being. In addition to economic problems and labor controversies, Greece also faces issues related to immigration. Due to its geographical location, the country has become a critical entry point for refugees and migrants seeking asylum in Europe, primarily from the Middle East and North Africa. The refugee crisis, especially between 2015 and 2016, placed immense pressure on the country's resources. Thousands of refugees arrived on Greek islands like Lesbos from Turkey, often in precarious conditions and risking their lives at sea. While Greece received support from the European Union and humanitarian organizations, the situation exposed flaws in management capacity and humanitarian response. This influx of migrants also caused social and political tensions. While many Greeks showed solidarity and offered support to the refugees, there was also an increase in nationalist and xenophobic sentiments in some sectors of society. Protests and conflicts in refugee camps became a frequent issue, and the immigration question continues to be a source of heated debate both in Greece and across Europe. The country finds itself at a crossroads, attempting to reconcile its humanitarian principles with the practical and economic challenges of handling a large-scale migration crisis. Greece also faces geopolitical challenges, particularly in its relations with neighboring Turkey. The dispute over maritime rights and borders in the Aegean Sea is a long-standing issue with deep historical and cultural roots. This tension occasionally leads to diplomatic and military confrontations and remains one of the most sensitive issues in Greek foreign policy. Greece has sought to strengthen its alliances with other European countries and the United States to ensure its security and stability in the region. Another controversial aspect is the perception of corruption and inefficiency in public administration. Despite reforms implemented in recent years, Greece still struggles with a complex and often inefficient bureaucratic system. Corruption, nepotism, and tax evasion are persistent problems that hinder the country's economic and social development. The informal economy still plays a significant role, and combating these issues is essential for ensuring more transparent and effective governance. The crisis also triggered a debate about economic sovereignty and Greece's relationship with the European Union. Many Greeks feel that the austerity measures and reforms were imposed externally, without considering the needs and aspirations of the Greek people. This has led to a rise in anti-European sentiment in some parts of society and the emergence of political movements that question European integration and neoliberal economic policies. The implementation of measures like the 6-day work week further fueled this debate, with many arguing that Greece was forced to sacrifice the well-being of its population in the name of an economic recovery dictated by international institutions. Despite these challenges, Greece has shown resilience and determination to overcome its adversities. The country has been working to reform its economy, diversify its income sources, and attract foreign investments. There is an ongoing effort to revitalize sectors such as tourism, agriculture, and renewable energies. Additionally, there is a new generation of Greeks seeking innovation and entrepreneurship, trying to find a path that balances tradition and modernity and allows the country to reinvent itself amid changes. Greece, therefore, lives a reality of contrast. While it enchants the world with its beauty and history, it faces internal and external battles that challenge its identity and future. The problems are complex and the solutions are not simple, but Greek history has repeatedly shown that this is a people who, even in the face of the greatest adversities, find the strength to move forward. Despite the numerous challenges Greece has faced over the past decades, the country remains a remarkable example of resilience and strength. Even amidst economic crises and social tensions, Greeks have managed to preserve aspects of their culture and way of life that make them unique. One such characteristic is the surprisingly low suicide rate. Greece boasts one of the lowest suicide rates in the European Union and the second lowest in the Western world, trailing only behind Malta. Before the economic crisis, only 3 countries globally, Nepal, Grenada, and Street Kitts and Nevis, had lower suicide rates than Greece. This psychological resilience can be attributed to strong social cohesion, cultural traditions, and the importance Greeks place on family and community. Even during the darkest moments of the crisis, the family played a crucial role in providing emotional and financial support. Moreover, Greek culture values life and socializing, with a strong emphasis on celebration, whether through festivals, family gatherings, or simply enjoying a meal at a seaside tavern. This sense of community and the ability to find joy in life's simple pleasures have been key to helping Greeks navigate through tough times. Another fascinating curiosity about Greece is its reputation as the world's most sexually active nation. According to global surveys, Greeks lead the ranking of countries in terms of sexual activity, with an average of 164 sexual encounters per year. This number significantly exceeds the global average of just 103 times per year. At the opposite end of the spectrum is Japan, with an average of just 48 times per year. The Greek approach to sex is open and natural, viewing it as a healthy and essential part of life. This might be linked to the sunny Mediterranean climate, the relaxed lifestyle, and the strong sense of interpersonal connection that permeates Greek culture. The Greek attitude towards life and pleasure is deeply rooted in their history and philosophy. Since ancient times, the pursuit of eudaimonia, a term that can be translated as happiness or well-being, has always been a central goal. Philosophers like Aristotle explored the idea that a fulfilling and satisfying life involves a balance between pleasure, virtue, and reason. This philosophy of life seems to have persisted to the present day, influencing how Greeks approach issues like mental health and sexual life. future of Greece, though fraught with challenges, is also filled with potential and hope. The economy is gradually recovering, and the country has proven increasingly resilient. There's a growing focus on innovation and entrepreneurship, with a new generation of Greeks looking to reinvent the nation, balancing tradition and modernity. Sectors like technology, sustainable agriculture, and experiential tourism offer opportunities for more balanced and sustainable growth. The Greek spirit, which has withstood invasions, occupations, crises, and natural disasters over the centuries, continues to be a source of inspiration. The Greek people, with their ability to rise in the face of adversity, have repeatedly demonstrated that they can find light even in the darkest times. The strong sense of identity and cultural pride of the Greeks is a foundation upon which they build their future, keeping alive the values and traditions that define them. Moreover, Greece's rich culture, historical heritage, and natural beauty continue to draw people from all over the world. The country remains a dream destination, not just for its stunning landscapes and delicious cuisine, but also for the unique human experience it offers. Greece is not just a place to visit. It is a place to live in the deepest sense of the word. Thus, despite the challenges, there is a sense of hope and optimism that permeates the Greek spirit. They have an innate ability to celebrate life, find beauty in simplicity, and value what truly matters: family, friends, culture, and the joy of living. This is a legacy that Greece carries with it and shares with the world, a reminder that, no matter how tough things may seem, there is always a reason to celebrate life. Now, tell us what you think about everything you've learned about Greece. Would you live in this country? Leave your answer in the comments below. And don't forget to click on the link in the first pinned comment. And watch now how life is in the country that naturally poses a risk to the entire world. Greenland.